Hello, friends and family, and welcome to the Marine Science Podcast.
On tonight's video,
On September 1st, 1886, we will be discussing the events of yesterday's earthquake in Charleston. Picture this, late summer in Charleston, South Carolina. It's a sweltering hot August evening as the city of Charleston is struck by a heat wave. As night falls, locals are getting tucked into bed, but at 9:51 p.m. on Tuesday, August 31st, the ground suddenly shakes, sending powerful seismic waves rippling through the streets of Charleston. People spill into the night, startled residents, some of them still in their night clothes, others barely dressed at all. No one is spared from the terror as roofs collapse and walls come tumbling down. This magnitude 7 earthquake emanated from a buried fault near Somerville, revealing the unexpected vulnerability of the southeastern United States, far from active tectonic boundaries, and nestled within the relative calm of the North American plate. It left a trail of destruction over 5 million square kilometers, shaking ground as far away as Maine and Florida. As the dust settled, the tragedy claimed over 100 lives and inflicted injuries on many more. In this episode, we will explore the chaos of that fateful night, the social repercussions amid the post-Reconstruction South, and how this calamity paved the way for major advancements in the field of seismology. And now, here's a word from our field reporter coming to live from the site of the earthquake.
Yo, what up? Hey everyone, it's your boy Robby Keene coming live from Charleston, and I'm going to be recounting my first-hand eyewitness accounts of impacts of the Charleston earthquake of 1886. The earthquake caused massive damage to the city and its surrounding areas. Stats are reporting with over 100 deaths and many more injured. This earthquake is impacting everyone in the Low Country. Homes and businesses are crashing to the ground in the midst of this summer's heat. Everybody had run to the streets, fleeing from the crashing buildings. As you can see from this picture, everybody flooded to the streets and buildings were heavily destroyed, leaving everyone stranded. Farms are still flooded from dams bursting and lakes and ponds overflowing. Properties are hitting a catastrophic blow as businesses are forced to shut down and people are overwhelmed as their necessities are being forced to shut down. Every day, people are still becoming jobless and homeless. Here with me is an eyewitness who suffered through this catastrophic event.
I saw my home crash to the ground. My pet was in there. I just lost my dog. My barn also got destroyed. And my pig named Ruben got crushed by the falling roof. Oh no, Ruben. It was a long day at work, and it was scorching hot outside. I was walking back from my late night shift when all of a sudden the ground started shaking and the people started fleeing into the streets. The air filled with dust quickly as my local grocery store crashed to the ground. I saw more buildings dropping and more people were falling to the ground. My local hospital was severely damaged, as you see here. It was definitely one of the worst moments of my entire life, and I was scared of what was going to happen.
And now, here's a word from our geology expert.
Today we're focusing on the Charleston Fault Zone and a unique type of earthquake that catches many by surprise, interplate earthquakes. Unlike most quakes, which occur at the boundaries of tectonic plates, the Charleston Fault Zone is located within the North American plate, far from any boundary. This makes it a prime example of an intraplate fault, where stress builds up deep inside of the plate over time. Here's what happens. Tectonic forces, although subtle, still affect the interior plates, including the Charleston region. The Earth's crust here is riddled with ancient, buried fault leftovers from past continental collisions. These faults act like weak spots, stress from the constant movement of the North American plate slowly accumulate in these areas. When the pressure becomes too great, it is released suddenly in the form of an earthquake. That's exactly what happened in 1886 when a powerful quake shook Charleston and the surrounding areas. Because intraplate earthquakes are less frequent and harder to predict, the Charleston Fault Zone remains a critical area for research. Scientists are still working to understand when and where the next big one could strike.
And there you have it, folks. All you need to know about this traumatic earthquake that ruined the lives throughout Charleston. Stay tuned for our episode next week covering more news in the world of marine science.
Talk to